We're a month into the NHL season, and that old cliche applies. You can't make the playoffs in the first month of the season. But as Ottawa is showing right now, and maybe in Vancouver, you might be able to miss the playoffs. Yes, you know what? This shortened and condensed season is off to a heck of a start, and already we're seeing some separation. Kings of the division, how do you not go with Toronto right now? They're doing everything right. They're winning games, and as Mike Babcock would say, they're winning the right way. I would put them in the playoffs right now. If I had to bet on it, I would say that they're going to win the division. And right now, with Ottawa really falling out as the punching bags of the North, I'd say they're going to miss the playoffs easily. You know what? Owen Power might be the number one draft pick in 2021. You know what? Ottawa, do some research on this kid. He could be coming your way. As for the rest, let's break it down. Montreal, I think, is probably the second best team right now in the division. New additions like Tyler Toffoli, Josh Anderson, and Joel Edmondson, who's got a league best plus-minus rating and is a big reason why Jeff Petrie is playing the way he is, are huge additions right now. Mark Bergevin is my early pick for the GM of the year. After that, I'm going with Winnipeg. How do you lose Patrick Laine and get better? Well, Winnipeg's doing it, and they're doing it without Pierre-Luc Dubois making an impact yet. Granted, it's only been one game for the kid. But Winnipeg, with their goaltending, with Mark Scheifele, and with a lot of their depth scoring like Kyle Connor, they're getting the job done. After that, I'm looking at you, Calgary. Johnny Gaudreau is playing Johnny hockey again. Even with Sean Monahan not doing much 5-on-5, Calgary Flames are a force. And aside from Johnny hockey, let's look at the new addition. Chris Tanev has really solidified that back end. And Jacob Markstrom, hello Vancouver, are you missing this guy? Yeah, you're missing him a lot. And we're seeing why this guy is probably going to be a Vezina candidate by the end of the season. After that, it's Edmonton. And I know Edmonton right now, I've got them ranked 5th in the division, but don't be surprised if they sneak their way into the top 3. And why is that? Well, Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl, of course. Both guys are 1-2 in scoring right now, and probably at the top of a lot of people's lists for the MVP. Now, when you get past those two guys, you're not talking about a whole lot of players offensively that are getting the job done. Thankfully for Edmonton, Darnell Nurse is looking like he might sneak his way onto Team Canada's roster for the 2022 Olympics. He's been that good offensively and on the penalty kill and with a plus-minus rating that is best on the team. After that, we got Vancouver, and I know it's been a tough couple of weeks for Vancouver. When they're playing Ottawa, they look like gangbusters, and when they're not, they look like they're probably with Ottawa at the bottom of the standings. Now, a lot can change, including, the talks of maybe changing their head coach or their GM based on how badly they've come out of the gates. But with a young team, don't be surprised if these guys mature quicker than ever. Now, what do we actually think about the North Division? Has it been all that's been cracked up to be? Well, maybe. The games have been exciting, they've been fast, and we've seen a ton of skill on display with Matthews, Marner, Draisaitl, McDavid and company. At the same time, you've got to look at the other divisions and say, is Toronto really that good? Or if they were up against Boston and Tampa Bay, would they be maybe, amongst the secondary class? We won't know. We won't know until the end of the season. But for now, we're starting to see how the season is going to shape up for the Canadian teams. For Post Media News, I'm Michael Tracos.